Hey guys, Man here. So I figured that today I'm gonna start filming a few videos. Thank you. Um, I'm gonna be filming a few videos today. Don't mind her. Um, I'm gonna be filming a few videos today. Um, like I got, like I'm thinking about doing like my CD collection video today, but like in my original Xbox collection video, my Game Boy collection video, which will be the one that you guys will be seeing today. But the other videos, I'm thinking about maybe uploading them periodically, I guess. So, uh, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Um, so we're gonna be doing my Game Boy collection, which would include Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. Um, let's start with the consoles, which I got one. Um, this is my Game Boy Advance SP. This is not the 101 model. This is the 001 model. Um, the 101 model has the better screen, but this works for me. And the case I have with it is kind of a matching case. It's just like that. Matches the Game Boy Advance SP that I have. And all the games are in here. Now, this is not like one of my larger collections, but, you know, it's whatever. I should probably mention that in this video, we'll be featuring both original Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance. So, let's get a look at it. I guess we'll start off with original Game Boy. I got my personal most played game out of any of the Game Boy games, Tetris. Love Tetris. I believe it's still the most sold game in history. But yeah. And then we got Donkey Kong. I love this game too. Amazing game. Yeah. I'll probably still play Tetris over it, but you know, it's whatever. Moving on to Game Boy Color, although this is technically both a Game Boy and Game Boy Color game, you could tell because of the colored cartridge, which is black, we got Space Invaders. I do not see anyone having this cartridge on YouTube. And I do not know the reason. But I mean, it's a very good game. Okay, Space Invaders is one of my favorite games of all time. You know, in general, I like it on the Atari 2600. It's my favorite Atari 2600 game. You know, out of those old arcade games, I always like to play Space Invaders more than like Asteroids or any of that. But yeah, Space Invaders. It's a black cartridge. But yeah, maybe someday I'll do a video of like my top 10 favorite video games of all time. But yeah, that's gonna be a hard one. Anyway, we're moving into Game Boy Advance now. Okay. I guess we'll start off with my most recent, well, my first Game Boy Advance cartridge that I have, which has Millipede, Super Breakout, and Lunar Lander. I like Millipede and Super Breakout. Did not really care about Lunar Lander all that much, but it's there. Monster Trucks and Quad, Desert Fury, I think that's what it says. You know, one of these double games on one cartridge. And then we have ATV Quad Power Racing, which, I mean, I would prefer to play a racing game with, like, a thumbstick, but, which none of the Game Boys have one, but, it's whatever. Anyway, that's my entire Game Boy game collection. I do plan to get more. I like the Game Boy Advance SP a lot. And it's like the only Game Boy console that has like a backlight, besides for the Game Boy Micro. But yeah, that's too small to fit in my hand, so not gonna get one. And it doesn't play anything but Game Boy Advance games. But yeah. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And if you subscribed, you joined the Hyena Pack. Peace.